Hi, hello, and welcome to today's webinar. We're here at San Aviv, Mexico, transmitting from Baja California, Rosarito. Thank you for waiting. Thank you so much for waiting, and I welcome you to to this webinar. This is a very interesting webinar, as you will see. Let me introduce myself first of all. My name is Fernando Estrella, and I'm part of the Psychology and Spiritual Department here at San Aviv. How laughter yoga started, here at San Aviv. I'll be sharing with you a couple of slides, and I'll be sharing a little bit of what has been my experience, and also the experience of some of the guests here and some of the staff members that have been doing laughter yoga. All right. If you have the chance to see some of the videos of the activities of laughter yoga that we did here at San Aviv are already uploaded. You can find them on our on Facebook, especially in the link of this event, the laughter yoga event, and you can also find the look at the videos in our San Aviv YouTube channel. They are under the names of Laughter Milkshake. It's one of the exercises, and the other one you can find it as Now This is Real Laughter, right? I recommend for you to watch them, to see them if you have the chance to look at them. Highly recommend that. All right, so let's begin then with our first slide. Let me just do a little adjustment here, and okay. Very good then. So this is our topic for today, laughter yoga and the role of laughter in health. Through history, we look at laughter, and laughter has been present in many cultures, many belief systems also. As an example of this, we have two quotes here that talk about this. One, of course, from the Bible, that says, "A cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a downcast spirit dries up the bones." This is from Proverbs 17:22. And another one that we have here is, "Let the surgeon take care to regulate the whole regimen of the patient's life for joy and happiness, allowing his relatives and special friends to cheer him up, and by having someone tell him jokes." From 14th century French surgeon Henri de Mondeville. As we talk a little bit about the pioneers in terms of using humor and laughter in health, and how this has a huge impact in health, we definitely need to talk about the pioneers that have been present. If you have heard, for example, the story of Norman Cousins. Norman Cousins in 1979 was diagnosed with a form of arthritis called ankylosing spondylitis. He struggled with this illness, and basically doctors said that it was untreatable. This is a health situation, a health circumstance that is very painful. So knowing the diagnose, knowing the alternatives that doctors gave Norman Cousins, he actually developed what he called a recovery program. This consisted in incorporating mega doses of vitamin C, along with a positive attitude, love, of course, faith, hope, and laughter induced by, yes, the Marx Brothers films. So if you have watched some of the Marx Brothers films, it's a little bit of classical humor. I watch them, and it still makes me laugh. When I see those types of films, like Charlie Chaplin also, for example. I made the joyous discovery, that 10 minutes of genuine belly laughter had an anesthetic effect and would give me at least 2 hours of pain-free sleep, he reported. So what this is all about is that laughter and humor, specifically talking about laughter as in feeling joy, as a body-like sensation, can actually, release the endorphins in the body natural anesthetics in the body that will help you if you're having pain, for example, just by laughing out loud. And this can help you a lot with pain management. When the pain killing effect of the laughter wore off, we would switch on the motion picture projector again, and not infrequently, it would lead to another pain-free interval. This is from Norman Cousins. When we talk on another one of the pioneers in terms of laughter and humor in health, we definitely need to talk about a little bit about Patch Adams. Had the fortune to go to one of his lectures when he came to Tijuana, actually, 30 minutes from here, and he was giving an excellent lecture on how humor and laughter changed his life, since he was a kid. So his work is very known. Mostly he's very known as well by the film which Robin Williams started. You may have seen this film, Patch Adams. He's the founder and director of the Gesundheit Institute, a holistic medical community based on the idea that we cannot separate the health of the individual from the health of the community and of society. He's basically seeing patients for the last 20 years. It's a non-profit organization. This is not charging a single penny for this. It's a very active man. He's always in action. And his current projects are expanding clown diplomacy by means of organized trips of non-professional clowns to refugee camps, shelters, checkpoints, and other places where systemic violence has crushed the human spirit. Basically, if you can imagine this, 25 clowns, really funny clowns, arriving to a refugee camp, arriving to an orphanage, where in some way, the societies or the situation that is going on in the life of those people makes it really hard to laugh. When you see the work that this man is doing, just by helping kids, helping people that have lost a family member, kids that are in orphanage, that in a way they are exposed to the daily stress, to see them smile, to see them giggle, and to see their joy in their faces, it's a really good reward. Dr. William Fry. Dr. William Fry is a psychiatrist and professor emeritus from the Stanford University School of Medicine, and a pioneer in the field of humor research. Proved that jubilous laughter provides an excellent physical workout, diminishing the risk of suffering respiratory infections and helping the body to produce endorphins. It's quite interesting, as you can see. All right, I'm gonna stop a little bit here just to check. I want to check again the sound, just to make sure that you are listening to me. In a way, it feels a little bit strange, talking here alone. So I just want to make sure that you're listening to me. If you can please just send a message of hello, or yes, I can hear you. I'll just wait a moment. Obviously, if you're not hearing me, then, well, you won't send the message, right? All right. Excellent. Thank you very much. In a way, I felt a little bit, are they really hearing me or not? So thank you for that. All right. So let's move on then with our pioneers of humor research. So here's a quote from Dr. William Fry. Humor opposes directly those emotions which have been specifically recorded as being associated with precipitation of heart attack. These emotions are fear and rage. Rage is impossible when mirth prevails. So what this is all about? Telling a little bit about this quote. Have you ever tried to laugh or feel joy and feel angry at the same time, or feel, like with rage. This is the thing, it's a weird question, but in the question we find the answer. You know, it's in a way impossible to feel joy and to feel anger at the same time, to feel joy, laughter, and rage at the same time. So the emotions of joy and laughter are basically the opposite of rage, of anger, of frustration. Every emotion, of course, is important in our life. Don't take me wrong on this one. I'm not saying that anger is a bad emotion, or no, I'm not trying to say that. It's basically that, the types of emotions like anger or resentment, people who struggle with these emotions are more prone to have heart attacks. When we go to the section of laughter yoga, I'm going to share a little bit on how, laughter, can actually help us to, for those people who have had a heart attack in the past, or have had a difficult heart condition, this can really give them a boost in terms of, having just a more lighter sense of seeing life without the anger. Very good, then. Let's move on with one of our next pioneers in humor research, Dr. Lee Berk, of course. Now, I know that Dr. Madame Kataria, which is the founder of Laughter Yoga in Mumbai, India, I'll be talking a little bit about him also in future slides. He has worked now with Dr. Lee Berk. He's from Loma Linda University. He studied the physical impact of mirthful laughter at a physiological level. Now, for this, he used two groups that had antecedents of having a heart attack. This is what I was telling you a little bit about a couple of minutes ago. One group was treated with conventional medicine, and the other group was asked to observe funny videos for 30 minutes daily. So can you believe this? I really want you to picture yourself, in this study, if you being the doctor saying, okay, this group will be treated with traditional medicine, the appropriate drugs, the appropriate treatment. Oh yeah, and the second group will be treated just by watching 30 minutes of funny movies a day. Of course, it sounds a little bit interesting. I don't know if that's the correct word, but let me tell you something. What happened, afterwards. After a year, he found out that the humor group had fewer arrhythmias, lower high blood pressure, and lower stress hormones, and required fewer doses of medication. The most interesting result was that the humor group had 20% reoccurrence of heart attacks, while the other group had 50% recurrence of heart attacks. So what this is telling us, what this is a confirmation of, is that laughter can help. Laughter is an innate ability that we are all born with. So why not use it? Why aren't we using laughter? So I really appreciate that you're joining me today on this webinar, because the idea of laughter yoga is to really transmit this message around the world, to communicate to people that laughter can be a way that we can find peace in our hearts, that we can find self-motivation, that we can, for those people who are shy, like myself, I include myself, it can really help us to move out of that comfort zone. Very good, then. Let's move on. All right, what is the role of laughter in life? Why do we laugh? So first of all, we need to say that it is an innate expression of satisfaction and joy. Laughter is equal to joy and happiness to all nations because of the ability to communicate through gestures is an innate and universal language. If you come to Mexico, people smile here, and usually, smile is contagious. You will smile. If you go to China, if you go to Australia, if you go to Canada, if you go to Europe, if you go to Africa, you will always find a smile there that will be contagious. Laughter is contagious. An example of this is children who are born blind or deaf, for example. And I've never seen or heard someone laugh or smile. These kids laugh when they feel satisfied or happy. Dr. Madam Kataria in Mumbai, India, the founder of Laughter Yoga, he basically had done laughter yoga with many of the groups, many types of groups. He has done with the people of high economical status to people that are in prison, and he also did this with a group of blind people, and actually the video is on YouTube if you look on under Dr. Madam Kataria and laughter yoga as well. So when he did this, the reactions of blind people, the sound of laughter, they were able to laugh. They were able to do the exercises. All right. Okay. What are the benefits of incorporating laughter into my life? He worried himself sick. First of all, studies have shown that more than 70% of doctors' visits and prescriptions are linked to health issues related with stress. When you incorporate laughter into your daily life, you open up to the many benefits it offers. So yes, he worried him sick is what we call a truism. So basically, this is true. How many people that are warriors. Reminds me a lot of a story of a of a two soldiers. One of the soldiers was very sick, and they were trapped in a cave. And basically, the soldier was very sick, and the other one was so worried about the other one that uh, the soldier that was sick went through the night. And in the morning, he woke up feeling better, feeling fine. But when he looked at his partner had passed away. And basically, the story talks about, how the soldier was so worried, was so preoccupied that he worried himself to death. This is a very, in a way, extreme story to tell how this affect. But really, our minds are so powerful that we can be our best friend, or we can be our worst enemy or our best enemy. All right. Have you ever made yourself this question? Why do we stop? Why do we stop laughing? Why do we stop laughing? At what moment I forgot to laugh. If you have kids, for example, if you have kids or grandkids or nephews, or you have seen kids, you look at kids and they just play around, and at one moment they're serious, and then another moment they just laugh, and they just start to laugh. And why? Because for no reason. Unfortunately, as we grow up, we start to learn, that we should behave in this way or that way, or if we really want to succeed in life, we need to be serious. And sometimes that being serious, uh, if we don't understand that, it can be equal as not showing your emotions, not showing that you love the other person, or to hug someone, it's, oh, that's inadequate to do it, don't do that, or you need to behave in this and that way. So as we start growing up, in life, just, life happens also, we get involved in activities, in our jobs and the daily stress of life. And suddenly, we forget. We forget that ability of joy, that it's still in us. And laughter yoga really offers that, really offers a door back to that sense of joy that we all have. All right. Humor then helps you to keep a positive, optimistic outlook through difficult situations, disappointment, and loss. Um, we need to talk a little bit about the mind-body connection. the mind-body connection is, and in words of Candace Pert here, is the chemicals that are running our body and our brain are the same chemicals that are involved in emotion. And that says to me that we better pay more attention to emotions with respect to health. So actually, our emotions, are in a way a reaction to what or to how we perceive this world. We are constantly being exposed to many aspects in life. We are constantly being exposed to our daily living, just to mention, the news, the internet, the people that we relate with, our own thoughts, in our mind. What are you constantly thinking of? Are you constantly thinking about, things that worry you? Are you constantly thinking about things that, are out of your hands or out of your control to handle? All of these mental aspects can take us in a direction that it's a little bit difficult in terms of health and healing. All right. I'll give you an example of this. So here's an example of what is the mind-body connection. All right. I want you to read the following set of words slowly to yourself. All right. I'm not going to show you the words yet, but I really wanted to listen to what I'm about to say. So I want you to read the following set of words slowly to yourself, and as you're reading to yourself, I want you to notice how you feel with every word that you read. So after you felt, what that word brings up in you, I'm going to change to a different set of words. And I also want you to read that set of words and to notice how you feel. All right? All right. So here we go then. So please read this set of words slowly to yourself. I'm giving you a moment just to read it in silence to you. Get in tune with these words. How do you feel? What is the sensation? What is the feeling that you're getting from this? All right? So we're about to change to the next slide, the next set of words. And now, notice how you feel with this set of words. Read them again slowly to yourself. Right? And notice how this makes you feel now. Notice any difference? All right. If you want to comment on this exercise, let me know. You just can put a little bit on how this made you feel. You may feel a difference between the first set of words, reading words like, gloom, despair, melancholy, and reading words like amusement, jolly, cheerful, silly, fun, gentle, pleasure, merriment. The sensation is different. What happened? That just simple words made a huge difference in the way that you feel. All right, this is because of the mind-body connection. And the mind-body connection is important to talk about in this laughter class as well, because it's really thanks to this, that it's possible for us to feel the laughter, to feel the joy in the in this experience of laughter yoga. Okay. I'm having a little bit of difficulties here with my own settings. I'm really trying to see some of your comments. Some of your comments here. All right. All right. So there we go. I'm clear with my settings now. So let's move on then. So when you usually when you read the first set of words, you feel like heavy. You feel like if you're being pulled. When you read the second set of words, you basically just want to smile, or you just feel lighter. You just feel more, just more relaxed and just more joyful. All right. So we can thank you for sharing that. All right. I'm seeing some more comments here of you. I'm reading now some of your comments. Thank you for sharing this. This gives me the idea that you're in tune with what we're talking about, and that's great. That's what it's all about, so that everybody can learn from this lecture today. Thank you. All right. So psychoneuroimmunoendocrinology. All right. If you can say that 3 times very fast, I'll give you a prize. Psychoneuroimmunoendocrinology. 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 All right. I practice a little bit, but I still need to work out on that. What is this? We need to divide this by parts. This is the study of the impact of cognitive images of the mind. This is your thoughts, mainly the way that you perceive life. It's the impact of the perception on the central nervous system and consequent interactions with the endocrine system and the immune system. That this is when you saw a word like amusement, a word like jolly or giggles, you put to work your autonomous nervous system. Your psyche perceived this word, and your autonomous nervous system send the message through the peripheral nervous system, activated with in synchrony with your endocrine system, and synchrony also with your immune system and many other systems in the body that made for you possible just to feel like that by reading a simple word. This is how powerful our minds are. This is why why we share with our guests the importance of of keeping your mind focused, the importance of meditation, of breathing and relaxation here at Sanoviv. What you think of and what you're exposed to shapes your reality. If you're exposed to happy people, to a daily practice of laughter yoga or a daily practice of yoga and relaxation, you're going to have more possibilities. You're going to be more prone to have a better quality of life. My invitation for you is to choose your filters. How this has to do with laughter yoga? When you smile, smiling is contagious. This is due also to the mind-body connection. And this is why it's so possible for practices like laughter yoga to be so effective. What are the benefits that I'm going to be receiving when I practice laughter yoga? There are a lot, basically, a lot of benefits. Stabilizes blood pressure, massages vital organs, stimulates circulation, facilitates digestion, and increases oxygenated blood. What else? Benefits of laughter are also it boosts immunity, lowers stress hormones, relaxes your muscles, prevents heart disease, adds joy and zest to life. And on interactions with people, the benefits are eases anxiety and fear. For those people who are shy, I really invite them to adventure yourself, to find a laughter yoga club in your community. It really helps to socialize more. Enhances resilience. It makes you more resistant, to stress in life, basically. Strengthens relationships, enhances teamwork, and helps diffuse conflict. Promotes group bonding as well. So it's basically, it's some of the benefits that we can receive with laughter and laughter yoga, of course. So before we go to the part of laughter yoga, I want to share with you a little bit of how we can implement humor into our lives. Right. The key thing about humor into our life is to adventure yourself to be creative, to adventure yourself to get really out of the comfort zone. Don't be afraid of being silly, or of what the people are going to say about me, or oh, that's nice, that's polite. Really adventure yourself to smile, because smiling is the beginning of laughter. Like laughter is contagious. Find the humor in everyday events and overcome the fear of foolishness. That I know. It's when I started laughter yoga, and I started to do the exercise. As I said at the beginning, if you had the chance to watch the videos of laughter milkshake I'm gonna share with you that again. You can find the laughter yoga videos with the staff members that we've done here on Sanofi on our webpage, www.sanofi.com. And the part of that says stay healthy with the webcast. So you can find the videos there. Also in our Facebook page with in the link of this event, you may find them there as well. And on our YouTube channel, they're under the names of the Milkshake Laughter, and the other one is called Now This Is Real Laughter, right? So I invite you to watch them as well. So what else we can do to implement more humor into our lives? For example, choose your filters in terms of watching TV. Humor is different in everybody. For some is some audience, will be more attracted to a specific type of humor than others. And that's fine. We're all different, and we all have our own way of enjoying humor and a good laugh, and that's fine. Watch a funny movie or TV show, then go to a comedy club. Take the chance to do that. Read the funny pages. Read a joke once in a while or every day. Seek out funny people. Check out your bookstore humor section. To enjoy a good joke. Share a good joke or a funny story. Without being a fear of looking like a fool or what are people going to say? Forget about that. It's we really don't do anything with shame. It's I have a say that is if you need something, if you want something, and if you don't venture yourself to do it, one thing you're sure about is that you already have the no. So if you don't do it, well, you know that you already have the no if you don't do it. So, but if you try it, you open the possibilities to have a yes, to have a maybe, or to have a no. But you already have the no, so why not take that chance? Okay, host a game night with friends. Play with a pet. Play with your pet. Pets are wonderful. If you have a cat, a dog, or an elephant, play with your pet. Play with your pet. Go to a laughter yoga class. We'll share a little bit about that. Goof around with kids. Kids are our masters in showing us how to laugh, how to enjoy life. Do something silly. Make time for fun activities. Bowling, miniature golfing, and karaoke. Something that you don't really succeed in. Like if you don't know how to sing, go to a karaoke night. If you don't know how to play miniature golfing, go. Just notice how it feels to feel silly. Adventure yourself to do that, and just laugh about it. Learn to laugh about yourself as well. All right, so let's begin now with laughter yoga. Whew, it seems like how are we with time? Wow, it's been half an hour already. So I'll keep moving on. All right then. Let me just check on my settings again. Check on my settings, and we're saying here that all right, so that's all set for the next part of this class. And laughter yoga. So where did this all started? It all started, and let me explain a little bit of what this is all about. Laughter yoga consists in a series of exercises where we combine unconditional laughter, simulated laughter, or as people call it, fake laughter. Yep, we can also call it fake laughter. Yep, just as it sounds. With breathing exercises from yoga or pranayama. According to this concept, any person can laugh without reason or without the use of jokes, humor, or comedy. Now, this is the thing that I love so much about laughter yoga. You don't need to be a comedian. You don't need to know good jokes, or you don't need to, to play a role and you don't need to really do those things, because laughter yoga invites you to feel the joy from a body-like sensation. It's not conditioned to listening a joke and then laughing. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not necessarily like that. It's really about feeling the laughter from the belly, feeling the laughter until your abdomen hurts, and it hurts and your jaw also and your cheek hurts. But don't take me wrong, this is a good feeling of hurting, right? You laugh so much that you can cry and your belly hurts. And if you saw the video, the last one that says, now this is real laughter. Some people ended up just crying with belly pain, but it was a good workout, if I might say. So we combine this unique exercises with deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. Remember to do diaphragmatic breathing is we breathe in and our diaphragm expands. A way of exemplifying this is you breathe in, the chest doesn't necessarily move that much. What actually comes out is the belly. So it's like you're with a balloon, and you're putting air to the balloon, and the balloon is just getting bigger and bigger. The belly goes like that. You put air to the belly, expands and exhale. And from those breathing exercise, we can add a or a or an and that's how we combine laughter yoga with the breathing exercise that are not necessarily shown in the videos that you saw on YouTube. All right, so what you're seeing here, you can see the ho ho ha 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 ho ho ha 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 this is actually, I would say, the hymn of laughter yoga. I'm gonna try this. I know I'm here alone in this room with this live webinar, but I really want you to try this. If you can try it at your home, let me know your comments with this. Try a little bit, but try to bring in the air from the belly. Try something like this: ho ho ha ha ha, ho ho ha ha ha, ho ho ha ha ha, ho ho ha ha ha. What you do with this is actually after, and I'm gonna start laughing now. But what you do with this is actually you start to bring up more air into your body, into your system. All right. So what happens with this is that you get more oxygenated blood, and you start exercising specific muscles. By the way, it requires more than 400 muscles, when you laugh. So you're doing an exercise. This is just one of the exercise that we do. So we do a ho ho ha ha ha, ho ho ha ha ha. And when we do that, we clap at the same time, and we do silly faces, silly movements. And this creates, in an environment when there's a lot of people, it creates a lot of fun. I know it's maybe a little bit difficult when I'm here alone, as I was saying, but yet I invite you to try it and put your comments. You may feel a little bit silly or awkward at the beginning, but once you start to feel and to do this again and again in a group, the results are just wonderful. All right. Whew, time flies. All right. This is Dr. Madam Kantaria. He's the founder of Laughter Yoga. Is a family physician originally from Mumbai, India. Wrote an article called Laughter, the Best Medicine. His research led him to discover several scientific research that talked extensively about the proven benefits of laughter on the body and the human mind. Laughter yoga was practiced in the early mornings, primarily by groups of older men in open parks. Later, a more formalized version was created and popularized as laughter clubs. Qatari's first laughter yoga club began on March 1995 in Mumbai, beginning with 5 people in a local public park. The concept rapidly spread worldwide. As of 2011, there are more than 6,000 laughter clubs in 65 countries. We have this information again. Just to mention, some of these countries are, well, you can read that on the webinar. This is being recorded as well. All right. Let's move on to our next slide. So what do you need to do laughter yoga? Basically one simple thing. You just need to bring your body with you. That's all. If you feel like you don't want to laugh, I don't want to laugh. I met people here that come, well, I can stay, but I can just watch. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. We need to respect. And laughter yoga is also about that. I respect that, that every person is in a different moment, in a different place. We don't know what that person is going through. So we need to respect and we need to give the place and honor where that person is at. What we can do is just to invite, and anytime that person feels comfortable, then it can join us. It can just start by watching. Some people will just do the exercises and just look, not necessarily even smile, but just look, and then suddenly they start to bring a little bit of smile. And if they just bring a little bit of smile, that's a huge change in their own story. Now, there's some special recommendations in talking a little bit about, medical facilities and hospitals. We need to honor the person, honoring our guest, and when doing laughter yoga, it's always important to listen to our bodies. If you have a health condition that limits mobility, for example, it's recommended to do it slow and at your own rhythm, basically. It's not the same thing to do laughter yoga with kids or with teenagers than to do it with elderly people. It's a different energy. There are different exercises, and it's a different pace and a different rhythm that we need to allow these people, to for them to manifest their joy and their laughter in their own way, in their own capability. All right. I'm trying to check on my settings again. Just give me a sec. All right. All right, I have a comment here that says, doing the ho ho ha 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 makes me feel like Santa. I know, I get the same feeling when I do that again and again. Thank you for sharing that. All right, leave your comments, and I'll be reading all of your comments, at some moments during this webinar. All right. I want to also talk a little bit about this because there's some people that I know that will be listening to this webinar that are going through this specific health condition. So I really want to share with those guests, those people that took the time to listen to this webinar as well. Cancer and laughter yoga. How laughter can be really, really a wonderful way to cope, with this situation. The diagnosis of cancer can be sometimes devastating by itself to many people. This may cause the person to feel stressed and overwhelmed. Sensations or difficulties with depression may come. If the person doesn't really have the proper coping mechanisms, emotionally, spiritually, and family and doctors that can support this person. So laughter is a great way of cope, with their daily life. Extreme physical, mental, and emotional stress weakens the immune system. In a study, they put a group of people to think about angry thoughts for 10 minutes as they were measuring the level of their immune system, and by a biofeedback also program. What happened after 10 minutes of thinking about angry thoughts is that their immune system depleted. It took almost 6 hours approximately to bring the immune system at the level that it was when the study first started. So again, what you think of expands. What you think of has a huge impact on your health. How many of you, have known someone or have been in the situation where you are under a huge moment of stress in your job and with the family, and then boom, you have a cold, or you get sick. You get a cold, and then you don't know why, but you're still struggling with a difficult situation or a loss, for example. It's very common that people, when they're going through a moment of depression or a moment of sadness, they are more prone to have colds. This is because the immune system also has the impact. When sense of humor is conditioned to present life circumstances, it can be very difficult to smile with a cancer diagnosis. It's difficult to say to a person to smile when, the person is not feeling like smiling. So telling jokes may work, but sometimes the sense of or that person is can be very difficult. Laughter yoga offers, bringing up laughter with this sense of feeling the joy in our bodies. So laughter yoga is the only technique that allows adults to achieve a sustained and jubilant laughter without involving cognitive or rational thinking. We don't use jokes, comedy, or humor. We use unique body exercises that bring joy and laughter from body-like sensations and that are not conditioned to the mood or mental state of the person with cancer. In this way, it's easier to be in touch with those feelings of joy that are so needed in this health condition. If you look, for example, on the video, laughter milkshake, I want you to picture yourself imagining doing that, again, at the beginning, if you haven't tried laughter yoga before, you may feel a little bit silly or even a little bit awkward. Yet, I encourage you, to find a laughter yoga club, to try this. It's easier. It's really easier when you do it in a group, and just looking at each other's faces, and laughing about what are we doing for no reason brings a lot of joy and laughter into our lives. Here's another study by Dr. Lieberg. It's about modulation of neuroimmune parameters during the eustress of humor-associated mirthful laughter. For this use, subjects that were exposed to 60 minutes of humorous videos. Blood samples taken at key intervals before and after, a wide range of testing performed on samples. The results were that increased count of natural killer cells. Natural killer cells are known in our immune system for being inactive participants of dealing with chronic conditions, like viruses, bacteria, and cancer cells. Increased level of antibodies, diminished secretion and epinephrine levels, and increased production of endorphins, natural anesthetics of our bodies. Whew. Laughter from the mind and laughter from the body. All right, this is a very interesting slide. How does laughter yoga works? Laughter from the mind is really conditioned. It uses comedy, jokes, or wit. And this is great, everybody has his own way of living, their sense of humor. If you're a good joke teller or if you enjoy a good joke, that's great. But there's some people, like myself, that are really not good telling jokes and tell you the truth. So when that option is just not available for us yet, we move towards laughter yoga as a great way of moving ourselves out of that comfort zone. To just take us into that place of feeling joy into our body. Laughter from the body then is laughter yoga works with the child model or body-mind model. Children laugh more when they're playing. So in laughter yoga, we actually play. We play by doing funny faces, funny movements like the milkshake laughter. Their laughter is not from their minds, but from their bodies. A kid doesn't think, a little kid doesn't think, oh, that's funny. At a certain age, they do think about that, of course. But little kids, they just laugh because they feel satisfied. They feel joy. They feel like laughing. It's a way of saying thank you. Thank you for letting me know that, or thank you for being here. Thank you for just this moment, this experience that we're having, you and me together here. People participate actively instead of being a passive listener. Laughter yoga takes you to get out of your chair and come on with us and laugh and do funny face and move your hands and just walk around, and do silly stuff that will activate your body, activate the endorphins and stimulate more oxygenation in your body as well. All right, difference between joy and happiness. An observation here between these two. Happiness mainly can be a conditioned response to the satisfaction of certain desires of the mind. It's more related to how your life has been in the past or how it will be in the future, but never in the present moment necessarily, right? Forgot to add that there. I explain. When I get that house, I'll be happy. When I finish that project, it's gonna make me so happy. Or I can say, I finally was able to do that specific activity, and I just feel released. I feel happy about it, and I can feel joy about it as well, of course. Or do you remember that time when we were doing this or that activity? Oh yeah, I felt so happy to know that. So happiness then is conditioned to something external. Joy is more of a physical phenomenon or body-like sensation that holds our attention in the here and in the now. It's an emotion that we can bring when we participate in fun activities like playing a game, dancing, laughing, or singing. When you experience joy, you also experience physiological and biochemical changes in your body, changing your perspective on life's problems. Yes, joy brings you to be in the here and in the now. You know, being in the here and in the now is a great exercise. When you're laughing, you're breathing, you're oxygenating your body, and you're also not busy thinking about things in the future. And emotions that are most likely in the future are worry or anxiety or fear, or emotions that are more linked to the past are anger, resentment, sadness. So that doesn't exist in the moment that you are in the here and the now, living with joy, living with pleasure, and doing the exercises of laughter yoga. This is why it's so powerful, and yet it can be very simple to practice. Well, running out of time. I really want to know if you have any questions, so please post your questions, and at the end, I'll be selecting a couple of questions to answer. We're almost done with just a couple of slides to go. Time flies. So motion then creates emotion, simulated laughter exercise. So laughter yoga clubs are based on cultivating childlike, ludicrous sense of humor. So I want to make an observation here. It doesn't have to do with, with working with your inner child. It's a different thing. Working with the inner child is it's a more of a therapeutic approach, and I explain this because many people when they hear the word oh, like playing like a child, and for some people they're gonna be confronted with what, when I think about my childhood, I didn't have quite a good experience. So that can be a block for them to participate in laughter yoga. So it's not about inner child work. It's really about just bringing up a childlike behavior, cultivating that childlike behavior. That in a way, it's still in us. It's in each and every one of us. All right. What to do to have a better experience with laughter yoga? In laughter yoga, we keep eye contact, interacting with each member in the group. So we look for eye contact. Ludicrous, playful, childlike behavior. We avoid talking at all time. Talking interrupts the natural flow of laughter. So when you talk, if you're laughing and then you suddenly talk like, oh, I can do this, or I don't know, I feel awkward or silly. When you start talking, this gives a window to the ego to come in and to start rationalizing, to start intellectualizing, and boom, immediately it separates you from the body-like sensations. It takes you back to the mind, takes you back to rationalizing, takes you back to rationalizing and into thinking about the exercise. So no talking. Laugh, and if you don't feel like laughing, well, you fake it till you make it. That's basically the recipe for the laughter yoga. All right, whoa. Before we start the practice, it's this is a recommendation for the breathing, the diaphragmatic breathing. We breathe in, we push the diaphragm out. When we exhale, the diaphragm goes in. Now, if you feel like this little girl there, a little bit awkward, that's really what you're gonna be feeling at the beginning. I invite you to adventure yourself more and more. To try again and again. To not just go to one class, to go to many classes in laughter yoga. All right. The milkshake laughter, well, I put the link here, but in a way it's very difficult for you to copy the link unless you have a function in your computer that you can take pictures, or with your cell phone maybe, I don't know, you can take a picture of it. But I already said that you can find this on your on our YouTube channel, Sanoviv YouTube channel, on our webpage, www.sanoviv.com, in the part of that says "Stays healthy with the stay healthy with the webcast," and on our Facebook page as well. Please visit us and like us on Facebook, and we'll be sharing your comments also here. All right. The credit card account laughter. Well, we had a little bit of difficulties uploading that video, but it's gonna be uploaded in these future days. It's basically something like this, when the credit card account comes in the mail, instead of feeling worried or angry about it, you just look at it and you just laugh. You just laugh for no reason. You're gonna see the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm running out of time, so I'm a little bit running a little bit here, so I'll go very quickly into the last part of this class. After we end the class, the exercises, we go to the laughter meditation. This is very important to ground the person, to really feel the benefits of the endorphins, to feel the peaceful relaxation sensation. We give the chance to the person to relax. It can be laying down on the floor or sitting in a meditation position or even in a chair. And this is the video that you can watch, and it's under the name of Now This is Real Laughter, just like that, in the YouTube channel, in the Sanoviv webpage, and on our Facebook page. And now this is real laughter. This is the part where is the laughter meditation, where we just lay down, close our eye. Before we close our eyes, we look at each other, and we laugh. Then we just laugh if we want to. If we stay in silence, if we want to as well. After we do the laughter meditation, we do a relaxation exercise like Yoga Nidra. PMR is progressive muscle relaxation, a body scan, and we end with sending good intentions and embracing joy and gratitude, the feeling that we're having by doing the laughter yoga and the benefits that we are receiving. We embrace them with joy and with gratitude in our hearts, and we just set an intention to be with this type of energy today, tomorrow, and the rest of our lives. Just a comment, a last comment. Here at Sanoviv, it is a joy to share this practice with our guests and staff members. Laughter yoga is practiced at least 2 times per week in the mornings to start the day in a more positive, peaceful, and balanced manner with our guests. If you know about a laughter yoga club in your community or near the area where you live, I invite you to live the experience and give yourself the gift of laughing out loud and receive the benefits of it. After every exercise, we clap, and at the same time we say, very good, yay! So just like that, okay? it's a little bit silly when I'm doing this alone, but I'm still going to try it because that's also getting out of the comfort zone and also being exposed to be looked at, silly or foolish. But this is what it's all about, really, to getting out of that comfort zone, to adventure yourself, and to realize that nothing really happens, when you explore these areas of your life. Okay, so I want you to try it with me at least 3 or 4 times, okay, where you are at your home. So we clap in this way. I'm going to try it first, and then you try it with me. Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! All right, so now I feel very silly, yet this is what we need to do to get out of the comfort zone. And don't be afraid to be judge or anything else. This will really bring laughter and more joy in your life. Please leave your comments, and if you were not able to do a little bit of this, it's okay. Start where you are. Don't rush it. Just give permission slowly to yourself to get out of that comfort zone. Thank you very much for attending to this webinar. It's been a pleasure being with you. Please leave your comments below. I'll be reading them when I have time. I'm just going to go to some of the questions here. All right. Okay, going back to the there's a question here. that says, all right, what if I have back pain? I was mentioning that, if there is a specific part of your body that hurts, the exercise that you see in the videos are too difficult, to do for you, you can do them at your at a slow rhythm. If it's a certified laughter yoga teacher, this person will guide you well and will guide you good. I'm a certified laughter yoga teacher myself as well. So in all moment, we need to check in the people there if they're doing a proper job in terms of themselves and not getting hurt, and just doing this at their own rhythm. All right, time is up. Thank you very much for listening to this webinar. My name again is I'm psychologist Fernando Estrella. I'm part of the psychology and psychological and spiritual department here at Sanofi. Thank you again, and have a great evening. Bye bye.